Hey guys, well, a little bit of a little glimpse into our reality is today was a nice day, so we opened up our RV door and just had the screen door, and we pulled down the Reflectix. We had Reflectix over the main door's window to block out light, and when we pulled that down, we noticed that the window on our RV door had actually fallen about that much. And the top of the window was completely just open to the outside. So that's not good. We had wondered one time, Jess was spraying down the RV and we saw just a few drops of water near the entryway, and we're like, I wonder how that happened. Well, now we know it's that window was slightly fallen down and open. And what happened, which we'll show you in a second, is that
this is what
yes,
happened.
this is what happened. This is the ring that goes around the window on the door, and the bottom of the ring looks like it has melted and warped some. Yeah, right there.
It's supposed to be straight and flat.
Yeah, it's supposed to be straight and flat, and it looked like, I guess the heat warped it and it bent in some and it stopped supporting the window, and the window slipped down about an inch or so. So you can see the gap up there at the top. Where Jess's fingers are coming through. This is what we discovered. The window has fallen some, and there's a huge gap in the top that we didn't realize until today. So we'll see about getting that fixed. So we're trying to figure out how to fix this.
The window's only held in there by the friction between the two pieces.
Yeah.
This screws into the other piece and sandwiches it. So that holds it in, and since the bottom melted, it slipped down.
Yeah, so we've taken the window apart some. We're going to try to actually insert the Reflectix inside, sandwich it in between the framing to see if that'll help hold the window more. We don't mind having that permanently there anyways. We keep the Reflectix up a lot to try to keep light out and insulate the window a little bit better. So we will see if that works. So the bottom there where Jess's hand is where it bent along the bottom ridge of the frame. We're guessing that just it's been so hot that the heat melted the bottom some, and it kind of turned in on itself and stopped supporting the window.
We keep a panel of Reflectix over the top of this, and so the heat was probably coming in, hitting the Reflectix and getting trapped between this acrylic and the Reflectix, which probably heated this beyond its specifications.
Yeah.
So it's probably because we put the Reflectix there in the first place, but now we'll permanently maybe put the Reflectix inside so it won't have an air gap to heat up.
All right, so Jess has cut this piece of Reflectix, getting it to fit snug in there. So that looks pretty good.
We'll put our glass in, we'll put our Reflectix in, and then we'll put the other piece back in and see what it looks like.
So here is the finished product. Didn't take too long, thankfully.
Almost finished product.
Almost finished product. So this is the outside. You can't tell, but the glass is there. But what we're going to need to do is run some caulk along the outside edge of the frame as well as the inside edge of the frame.
There are no real gaps. I can run my fingernail along it and there's no gaps, but water could seep through there, so we want to definitely put a caulk bead around it on both inside and outside.
Yeah, so we'll need to grab some caulk. And then the inside here, that is just the Reflectix, and it's basically sandwiched in between the window frame now. So we even drove the screws through it, so it is in there pretty good. Yeah. Shouldn't have any problems with it coming out, and for now it seems to be snugging up the window. We also put a little bit of rolled, like some strips of Reflectix rolled up into little rolls on the bottom. Yeah, right in there. There's like 3 in there in that void area to help hold the window as well. So I think
also give us a little more insulation. Pockets and voids like that are bad for insulation. So
yeah. So I think once we get the caulk on there, we should be good to go and have a more insulated window now, and one where We used to have to deal with taking the Reflectix off if we wanted to use the screen door, but
Yeah, before when I first set it up, we had Velcro, 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 and we Velcroed the Reflectix over it to block the light out. Well, it didn't really block all the light out because it still leaked in. But the Reflectix, the main thing is when this would heat up, the Reflectix would fall because the Velcro wouldn't stick to this.
right.
So we wanted a more permanent solution, but we didn't want to have to get to it this way.
We were forced to make it now.
Yeah, but it works.
Yeah, so for now, window is fixed, and then once we get that caulk on there, it'll really be fixed and we should be good to go.